Welcome back to Record Rift, where we tear through history's pages to reveal the moments that shaped our world. Tonight, we're standing in the electric chaos of Berlin on November 9, 1989, as a concrete wall that divided a city and a world crumbled in a single, unforgettable night. Picture East Berliners streaming through checkpoints, West Berliners climbing atop the barrier, and sledgehammers shattering decades of separation. This wasn't just the fall of a wall. It was a euphoric eruption that ended the Cold War's starkest symbol. What sparked this sudden collapse? How did one night change history forever? Join us as we relive the night the Berlin Wall fell, a saga of confusion, courage, and unity. Let's break through the divide. For 28 years, the Berlin Wall stood as a brutal scar across Germany's heart. Erected on August 13, 1961, by East Germany's communist regime to stop a flood of defections to the west, it stretched 155 kilometers, lined with watchtowers, barbed wire, and a deadly no-man's land. Over 140 people died trying to cross, shot by guards or trapped in minefields. Berlin, divided after World War II into Soviet-controlled East and Allied-backed West, became the Cold War's epicenter. East Berliners lived under the Stasi's watchful eyes, while West Berlin thrived as a democratic outpost. By 1989, however, the Soviet grip was weakening. Mikhail Gorbachev's reforms, glasnost, openness, and perestroika, restructuring, sparked hope, while protests in Leipzig and Hungary's open border fueled demands for freedom in East Germany. The spark for November 9, 1989, came from an unexpected blunder. East Germany's ruling Socialist Unity Party, facing mounting protests, drafted new travel policies to ease restrictions. At a 6 p.m. press conference, party official Gunter Schabowski, handed a vague memo, announced that East Germans could apply for visas to visit the West immediately. Misinterpreting the policy, he implied borders were open without delay. The news, broadcast live, electrified Berlin. By 7 p.m., thousands gathered at checkpoints like Bornholmerstrasse, demanding passage. Confused guards, lacking clear orders, faced a swelling crowd chanting, "Open the gate." By 10:30 p.m., Harold Jaeger, a checkpoint commander, overwhelmed and fearing violence, ordered the barriers lifted. The wall was breached, and history turned on a moment of bureaucratic chaos. As gates opened, euphoria erupted. East Berliners poured into West Berlin, greeted by cheers, embraces, and champagne from strangers. Families separated for decades reunited in tears. Crowds climbed the wall, dancing and hacking at it with hammers and picks, as West Berliners joined in. At Brandenburg Gate, a symbol of division, young people waved flags and sang. Television crews broadcast the scenes worldwide, capturing a city's joy and disbelief. No shots were fired. The feared Stasi and Soviet troops stood down, stunned by the spontaneity. By midnight, the wall, once a death trap, was a stage for celebration, with concrete chunks becoming souvenirs of a world reborn. The night's impact was seismic. Within hours, the wall's fall signaled the collapse of East Germany's regime. By November 10th, checkpoints were permanently open, and the government began to unravel, leading to free elections in March 1990. Germany's reunification followed on October 3, 1990, ending 45 years of division. The event triggered a domino effect across Eastern Europe, with communist regimes in Poland, Czechoslovakia, and Romania falling by 1991. The Soviet Union, weakened by the loss of its satellites, dissolved in December 1991, ending the Cold War. For Berliners, the night erased physical barriers but left economic and social divides, with East Germany's infrastructure lagging behind the West. The fall's immediate aftermath was both joyous and chaotic. Berliners faced practical challenges, traffic jams, overwhelmed shops, and questions about jobs and housing. West Germany pledged billions to rebuild the East, but nostalgia for East German life emerged among some. Globally, the event inspired democratic movements, from South Africa's anti-apartheid struggle to Latin America's push for reform. The wall's fall became a symbol of people power, proving peaceful protest could topple tyranny. Yet, it also exposed tensions as unified Germany grappled with economic disparities and lingering East-West identities, challenges that persisted for decades. The night of November 9, 1989, left an indelible legacy. It marked the Cold War's end, paving the way for a united Europe and a reshaped global order. Germany emerged as an economic powerhouse, with Berlin as its vibrant capital. The fall inspired art, from Pink Floyd's The Wall concerts to films like Goodbye, Lenin, capturing the era's hope and absurdity. Memorials like the East Side Gallery, where wall remnants are painted with murals, and the Berlin Wall Memorial honor the victims and celebrate freedom. The event's lessons, about the fragility of oppressive regimes and the power of collective action, resonate in modern struggles for liberty. That night wasn't just Berlin's triumph, it was a beacon for a world yearning to break free. That's the electrifying saga of the night the Berlin Wall fell, a moment that shattered division and changed history. What do you think? Could that night have unfolded differently, or was the wall's fall inevitable? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and tell us what historic moment you want us to explore next on Record Rift. If this journey through 1989 gripped you, smash that like button, subscribe, and hit the bell to join our quest through history. Until next time, keep uncovering the rifts that shape our past. This is Record Rift, signing off.